All right, let's talk about AI marketing tools. We're going to build your playbook for 2025, and we're cutting through all the noise to focus on the tools that are actually worth your time and energy. We've got 4 absolute game changers that can give you a real competitive edge. So let's dive in.
If you're a marketer, you know what I'm talking about. The whole AI landscape can feel like this constant tidal wave of new apps, new buzzwords. It's a lot. And the big question is, which of these tools are really going to make a difference in your day-to-day work? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with a quick look at the AI marketing revolution as a whole. Then we're getting hands-on with 4 essential tools: Gumloop, Surfer SEO, Notion AI, and Jasper. And we'll wrap it all up with a simple way to figure out which tool is the right one for you. You know, companies like Shopify, Instacart, and Webflow, they aren't just playing around with AI anymore. They're actually using it to get a serious advantage. And look, this isn't about jumping on every new shiny thing that comes out. It's about being strategic, using the right tools to automate your workflows, create way smarter content, and pull real insights from your data. Okay, first up is a tool I'm really excited about, Gumloop. It's this incredible blend of power and simplicity, and it's all about putting your most complex marketing tasks on a very, very smart autopilot. I mean, the description here just nails it. If Zapier and ChatGPT had a baby. Think about it. Gumloop gives you that amazing app connecting power you get from a tool like Zapier, but it injects it with the brain of large language models like GPT-4. It lets you build these sophisticated AI agents to handle tasks. And the best part? Absolutely no code required. And getting started is surprisingly simple. You just connect the tools you already use every day. You pick an AI model, and what's wild is you don't even need your own API keys. Gumloop handles that for you. And then you just tell it what to do. Set a trigger, say a new email comes in, and define the actions, like having the AI summarize it and shoot that summary over to Slack. Then you just flick the switch and turn it on. For its sheer power and how easy it is to use, I'm giving Gumloop a 9 out of 10. And here's a real-world example for you. Imagine a content creator. They could build an agent that automatically scrapes their competitors' websites for new blog posts, has an AI summarize all the key points, and then feeds those summaries right into their research database in Notion. That is a super high-level workflow that you can set up in minutes, not days. It's incredible. Okay, so we've talked about automating workflows. Now let's switch gears and talk about optimizing content. If you want to dominate the organic search results, you absolutely need to know about Surfer SEO. You can think of it as your personal, data-driven co-pilot for ranking on Google. What Surfer SEO does is it completely takes the guesswork out of your content strategy. It literally analyzes the top ranking pages for whatever keyword you're targeting and spits out a data-driven blueprint for your article. This thing covers everything you need: what keywords to use, how to structure it, word count, even readability, all based on what's already proven to be winning. The whole process is just so clean and effective. You start with your keyword and boom, Surfer instantly gives you this detailed outline. Then, as you write, either in their editor or a Google Doc you've connected, there's a sidebar with a live SEO score that climbs higher as you add its suggestions. It's kind of like a video game for creating content. So I'm giving Surfer a solid 8 out of 10. It really is an essential part of any serious content marketer's toolkit. For example, a marketer at a SaaS company can use it to build a blog post that's basically engineered to perform from the get-go. By just following Surfer's guidance, they can give their article the best possible shot at outranking even their most entrenched competitors, right from day one. All right, let's pivot again. We've gone from creating external content to now streamlining your internal workflow. And if your team already lives inside of Notion, well, its built-in AI feature is an absolute game changer for productivity. See, the magic of Notion AI is that it's not some separate app you have to open. It's an assistant that lives right there inside your workspace. It has the context of all your project docs, your meeting notes, your wikis, everything. And that allows it to instantly answer your questions, summarize super long pages, or even fill out tables for you, basically getting rid of hours of that manual, tedious, busy work. And using it could not be simpler. You're on any Notion page, you just hit the space bar, and this AI prompt pops up. You can ask it something like, hey, what were the key decisions from last week's marketing meeting? Or tell it, create a table of all the action items from this document. It's totally seamless and just incredibly intuitive. Yeah, this one gets an 8 out of 10 too. And just like the slide says, if you're already in the Notion ecosystem, this is a massive, massive productivity boost.
A perfect example is a student who has months of class notes sitting in Notion. They could just ask the AI to create a study guide for my final exam, and it would instantly spit out a structured summary of all the key themes, dates, and figures. I mean, that's a huge win.
Okay, for our final tool, let's talk about one of the OGs, a name a lot of you will probably recognize, Jasper AI. This one is all about blasting through writer's block and generating high-quality marketing copy, and doing it fast. So Jasper has been trained on a massive chunk of the internet, which gives it this crazy ability to generate text in pretty much any style or tone you can think of. From snappy email subject lines to entire blog post intros, it can serve up a bunch of creative options in just a few seconds. The workflow is really driven by templates. You pick what you need to write, you give Jasper a little context, like your topic, the tone you're going for, any key keywords, and you hit generate. Now, the goal here isn't to replace a human writer, but it's to give them a really powerful starting point and speed up that whole first draft process. Jasper also earns an 8 out of 10 because it's fantastic at its core job, getting words on the page and helping you break through that dreaded writer's block. For example, if you ask it to write a paragraph about AI and business automation, it produces a really solid, coherent draft. It's the perfect foundation for a human writer to then come in, polish, and really elevate. And that's exactly where it shines. Okay, so we've just walked through 4 incredible tools for automation, SEO, productivity, and copywriting. But let's be real, the big question is still hanging there. Where do you actually begin? And that brings us to maybe the most important takeaway of all. The secret to really succeeding with AI isn't about using dozens of different tools. It's about finding that one right tool that solves a very specific, very real problem for you. The key here is to just be strategic. Instead of trying to boil the ocean, just identify one major pain point in your workflow, right? Is it those tedious, repetitive tasks? Then start with Gumloop. Are you struggling with poor search rankings? Go experiment with Surfer. The goal is to master one tool that solves one big problem. That is how you build a real AI edge without getting completely overwhelmed. Look, AI isn't just another trend. It's a fundamental shift in how we all work. The tools are here, they're more accessible than they've ever been, and they're creating this massive opportunity for anyone willing to adapt. So the only question left is, what problem are you going to solve first?